It's not your job. It's not your resume. It's not the economy. You're not broke because of bad luck. You're broke because of your energy. Your frequency is repulsing money. And the worst part, you don't even know it. You wake up, work all day, stay busy, but your energy is screaming lack. Fear, desperation. You check your bank account 10 times a day. You obsess over prices. You hesitate to invest in yourself. And all of this tells the universe, I don't trust, I don't believe, I don't feel safe. Let me tell you something. Money is not attracted to effort. It's attracted to confidence. It's attracted to conviction. It's attracted to calm, grounded, unshakable belief. When you operate from fear, you're training your subconscious to see money as something rare, something fragile, something that never stays. And that vibration pushes it away. So what do? You start shifting from I need money to I am money, from I hope it comes to it's already mine, from what if I fail to what if I succeed so big I shock myself. This shift isn't just mindset, it's magnetism. And once you learn how to carry the frequency of abundance instead of scarcity, you won't have to chase money ever again. It will chase you. But before we dive into how to shift into that state, we need to address one truth most people never face. You've been conditioned to stay broke since childhood, since the very beginning. And the system loves it that way. Society thrives when you're scared, when you're small, when you're playing safe and silent and stuck in survival mode. You've been taught that money is evil, that rich people are greedy, that wanting more is selfish. You are programmed to feel guilt, shame, and hesitation around wealth. And that's no accident. That's the result of years of indoctrination, school systems, media, even family, all passing down outdated beliefs. So here's what I want you to do right now. Ask yourself this question. What did I hear about money growing up? Did you hear things like money doesn't grow on trees? We can't afford that. Rich people are crooks. You have to work hard for every dollar. If so, that programming is still running in your subconscious mind right now. You can't outwork subconscious beliefs. You can't manifest millions when your inner child still believes money will make you a bad person. So the first step is awareness. Start paying attention to your inner dialogue around money. Catch the lack. Catch the fear. Catch the guilt. And replace it deliberately, repeatedly, powerfully. You don't need more hours. You don't need another job. You need to rewire your relationship with money. Completely, radically, emotionally, subconsciously. That's where it begins. That's where the breakthrough lives. And here's the truth. Money responds to identity. It flows to people who feel safe with it, people who expect it, people who feel at home with wealth, not intimidated, not desperate, not uncertain. So from this moment forward, stop saying I want to be rich. Start saying I am becoming someone who wealth feels comfortable being around. Because money is energy, and energy flows where it's welcomed, not where it's feared. Look at your current financial situation. Don't judge it. Don't run from it. Just look at it. Your bank account, your income, your savings, your debts, it's not random. It's not a curse. It's a mirror. It reflects how you think, how you feel, and how you vibrate around the subject of money. If your bank account makes you anxious, it's because your subconscious sees money as a threat. If you struggle to hold on to cash, it's because your identity isn't wired for abundance, it's wired for survival. That's the harsh truth most people avoid. They blame the job, the system, the market, but the outer world is a projection of the inner world. So how do you change the outer? You master the inner. Everything you believe about money creates either a magnet or a block. If you believe money is scarce, you repel it. If you believe money only comes through hard work, you make it hard. If you believe you don't deserve more, you sabotage opportunities without even realizing it. Your subconscious wants to stay consistent with your deepest beliefs, even when those beliefs hurt you. And here's the mind-blowing part. Your subconscious doesn't care if a belief is true. It only cares if it's familiar. So if you grew up watching your parents argue about bills or struggle financially, then that becomes your normal. That becomes your financial thermostat. Want to change your life? Change the thermostat. How? Through repetition, through new habit, through visualization, through affirmations that feel uncomfortable at first, because they challenge the old programming. Say things like, I am worthy of massive wealth. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. I love money and money loves me. Not once, not twice, daily, with conviction, with emotion, because the subconscious mind only accepts what's repeated with intensity. This is not about lying to yourself. It's about rewriting the script that was never yours to begin with. So the next time you check your bank account, pause, and instead of panic, say, this is just feedback. And I'm changing the signal. Because when your inner world shifts, your outer world has no choice but to catch up. Let me make one thing crystal clear. You don't attract money by wanting it badly. You don't attract abundance by begging for it, journaling about it, or obsessing over it. You attract it by becoming a vibrational match for it. Read that again. You attract what you are, not what you hope for. If you constantly say, I want more money, but you feel stressed, doubtful, anxious, that's what the universe is responding to. Not your words, not your goals, not your vision board, but the frequency behind it. Energy doesn't lie. You can't trick the universe. You can't say abundance while vibrating in fear. You can't expect overflow while living in panic. That's like asking for sunshine while carrying an umbrella and wearing a raincoat. So what does it mean to become a vibrational match for wealth? It means thinking like a wealthy person, feeling like one, acting like one, showing up with the habits, posture, confidence, and gratitude of someone who already has it. Because if you truly had millions in the bank, how would you walk? How would you speak? What kind of risks would you take? What kind of faith would you carry? Would you worry every time the bill came in? No. Would you question if you're good enough to receive? Never. Would you be stingy with your energy and creativity? Absolutely not. You'd show up with power, with peace, with purpose. And that is the energy that pulls money toward you like a magnet. Listen, you don't build wealth by waiting. You build wealth by shifting your identity. Wealth isn't just about cash. It's about consciousness. Start asking yourself daily, am I acting like the version of me who already has it? Is my mindset aligned with expansion or contraction? Am I radiating confidence or leaking fear? Every moment you are either in sheathing mode or resisting mode. There is no neutral. Your thoughts, your feelings, your decisions, they are either opening the door to wealth or slamming it shut. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep playing small, or are you ready to step into the energy of abundance right now? Because here's the truth. Once you stop trying to attract money and start being the kind of person money feels safe around, everything changes. The opportunities come. The ideas drop in. The people show up. The synchronicities explode. Why? Because the universe finally says, now you're ready. Money doesn't move slowly. You do. You hesitate. You second guess. You overthink. You play small. You delay your decisions. And every time you do that, you slow down the flow of money. The universe loves speed. It responds to clarity, to decisiveness, to action backed by faith, not fear. Every time you say, I'll do it later or maybe next week, you're telling money, I'm not ready yet. But when you move quickly, when you trust your gut, when you invest in yourself, when you act from your future identity, money moves fast. Let me say that again. Money moves in response to energy. An energy that is confident, decisive, and forward-moving is unstoppable. Wealth doesn't come to the hesitant. It comes to the bold, So why are you still stalling? Waiting for the perfect moment? Waiting for permission? Waiting to feel ready? You will never feel ready. Readiness isn't a feeling, it's a decision. And the moment you decide, everything changes. Here's what you must understand. Every delay costs you alignment. Every hesitation creates resistance, and resistance pushes your desires further away. If you want to become wealthy, you must learn to move before it makes sense, before it's comfortable, before you're fully certain, because that's what leaders do. That's what creators do. That's what high-frequency people do. They don't wait. They create momentum. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to move. Move with conviction. Move with trust. Move with energy that says, I am done playing small. I am done stalling. I am done being broke. Because guess what? The moment you move differently, money does too. Most people think money is about skills or strategy or hustle. But let me tell you something that will shift your entire perspective. Your income will never exceed your self-image. If you see yourself as someone who just gets by, then no matter how hard you work, you'll sabotage anything beyond survival. If you see yourself as someone who makes $3,000 a month, then when $10,000 tries to come in, you'll find a way to lose it. Block it or push it away. Not consciously, subconsciously. Because the subconscious mind is loyal to your self-image. It doesn't care what you want. It only cares what you believe to be true about you. So here's the question. Who do you believe you are? Do you see yourself as a powerful creator, a magnet for wealth, a person worthy of overflow, luxury, freedom? Or do you see yourself as someone who has to struggle, has to grind, just gets lucky sometimes? You'll never receive more than your nervous system is trained to hold. That's why so many people get money and then lose it. Win something big and it slips away. That's why they say easy come, easy go. Because it's not about the money, it's about the identity behind it. You must upgrade your self-image if you want to upgrade your income. Start speaking to yourself like a wealthy person. Dress like a person who respects their worth. Move like someone who belongs in every room they walk into. Invest in your evolution. Train your energy to become a container for more. Because until you change how you see yourself, nothing else can expand. Money is drawn to certainty, power, safety, and your identity tells it whether or not you're safe to flow into. So ask yourself every day, what would the wealthy version of me do right now? How would they walk, talk, think, eat, act? What would they never settle for again? The higher your self-image, the higher your bank balance, period. So stop trying to fix things outside of you and start reprogramming the way you see yourself. Because once your identity shifts, your income has no choice but to rise. These beliefs were never yours to begin with. They came from someone else's trauma, someone else's fear, someone else's limitations. And if you don't challenge them, if you don't consciously rewrite them, you will relive them for the rest of your life. This is why some people can't seem to break through, no matter how hard they try. They're running new goals on an old story. It's like trying to upgrade your software while your hardware is stuck in night. It won't work. So what do? You start rewriting, line by line, scene by scene, emotion by emotion. You declare that was their story. This is mine. Instead of saying, I'm not good with money, you say, I'm learning to master my money with confidence. Instead of saying, I never have enough, you say, I always have more than I need and it keeps growing. Instead of saying, I can't afford it, you say, I choose to prioritize differently and wealth flows to me easily. Words carry power. Beliefs shape reality. And your new story becomes your new identity. That identity becomes your habits. Those habits create your bank balance. Understand this. The universe doesn't give you what you want. It reflects who you are. And who you are is based on the story you keep repeating. If your story is small, your results will shrink. If your story is rooted in fear, your finances will feel unstable. But if your story is rooted in abundance, alignment, and authority, watch how fast things shift. So right now, make the decision to retire the old story. You've played that role long enough. It's time to rewrite the script. It's time to become the author. It's time to craft a money story that actually feels empowering. Because once your inner script changes, your outer world starts reading a whole new chapter. Listen closely. Wealth doesn't show up as a reward for being a good person. It doesn't come because you finally deserve it. That's not how the universe works. Wealth is not a prize, it's a pattern, a ritual, a rhythm. Most financially successful people in the world don't treat money as a fluke. They treat it as a system, a habit, a daily standard. You want more money? Great. Look at your daily rituals, because your rituals are either creating wealth or repelling it. Ask yourself, what are the first thoughts I have in the morning? How do I speak about money during the day? What energy do I bring to my work, my goals, my investments? Do I plan? Do I track? Do I celebrate what I have? You can't expect wealth to feel at home in your life if you haven't made space for it to live. You want to manifest money? Start by managing what you already have with care. Start by honoring every dollar with gratitude. Start by creating energetic routines that say, I'm ready for more. Wealthy people don't make money once and pray it lasts. They build systems. They automate growth. They study. They protect their energy like gold. And most importantly, they act from abundance, not urgency. Do you treat money like a miracle or like a stand? Because if it still feels like a miracle, your nervous system isn't calibrated for more. You're in a pattern of maybe it'll come instead of it's always here. Your job now is to create rituals that match the frequency of the future you want. That means setting income goals and revisiting them daily. Visualizing the bank balance you want as if it's already real. Speaking affirmations that hardwire your mind for wealth. Taking actions that feel aligned, not frantic. And most importantly, refusing to entertain thoughts that shrink you. Every day, your rituals either reinforce lack or amplify abundance. So stop waiting to feel wealthy and start acting like wealth is your new normal. Because once you treat it as a ritual, the universe stops testing you and starts trusting you. Now that you've started to reprogram your beliefs, shift your identity and realign your energy, the real challenge begins. Staying there. Most people do this work for a few days, maybe a week. They feel better, they feel inspired. But then life happens, the bill shows up, the fear creeps back in. The old story tries to drag them down. And before they know it, they're back in survival mode. Back in the spiral, back in the same vibration that created the lack in the first place. So how do you make this shift permanent? How do you lock in your wealth identity so deep that nothing can shake it? You commit relentlessly, daily, without compromise. You commit to speaking the new language of wealth, even when your environment doesn't reflect it yet. Walking in the frequency of overflow, even when your account says otherwise. Acting like the version of you who has it, even when it hasn't arrived physically. This is where most people fail. They want change, but only if it feels good. Only if it doesn't challenge their comfort zone. But wealth doesn't live in your comfort zone. It lives in your next level. So decide now that there is no going back. Burn the old bridges. Shatter the ceiling. Delete the excuses. Stop negotiating with doubt. You are no longer someone who tries to change. You are the change. You don't hope to attract money. You are the vibration that attracts it. You don't wish things were different. You make them different through identity, frequency, belief, and action. Your wealth identity must become your new baseline. Not a peak moment of motivation, but your permanent standard. The way you breathe, the way you think, the way you respond, the way you exist. Because once you anchor into this version of yourself, the world bends around it. Your frequency becomes magnetic. Your results become automatic. Your life becomes an energetic match to your vision. And that's when the magic starts to feel normal. That's when money flows without chaos. That's when you stop chasing and start receiving. So today, right now, decide, I'm never going back. I am wealthy. I am powerful. I am aligned. And this version of me is here to stay. Your new life has already begun. Don't look back. You're not that person anymore. You've evolved, you've expanded, you've arrived. And now, it's only up from here.